Hi, I'm Ben Blandford. So I think the real issue here is trust. Isn't that why we're here?
Yes, and you can trust me.
How? How can I trust you?
Well, I want to find a way to get to a place where you can find the means to trust me again.
Okay?
So, what would it take for us to get to that place?
I don't know, a time machine?
That's not helpful.
It's not helpful. If I'm ever going to be able to trust her again, I think I need to know every single detail about her affair with that fucking French douchebag.
How'd that possibly be helpful?
Because I don't want to think I know the truth and then 5 years down the line unearth a fresh mudslide that just shits all over me again. I want every detail right now.
Okay, well, first of all, he's not French.
Oh, come on, seriously? Did you forget that I talked to him on the telephone? Huh? How'd you get this number? How'd you get this number?
Okay.
Okay? What, we're just gonna start this off with lies? Is that what we're doing?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let that go because in the big scheme, it just doesn't. So what? Do you want to ask me questions, or do you want me to just paint a word picture?
How many times?
How many times what?
You know what I'm talking about. How many times did you have intercourse with his French penis?
Oh gosh. Around 30, 32.
What the fuck? 32?
I just,
You had sex 32 times.
I just don't see how this is helpful.
Oh man, I had a number in my head, okay? And I can guarantee it wasn't 32.
Well,
It was a lot smaller than 32.
what was the number in your head?
It was 2. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Come on. 32 times?
This was spread out over a long period, and there was a whole section in the middle where nothing was happening at all because I knew what I was doing was wrong. But
I don't want to hear this anymore. I don't want to hear it.
I'm trying to be helpful. I don't know what to do.
I thought I wanted to hear all the details, but you know what? It's just too much details.
Okay, well, I'm happy to stop because this is just.
Did you ever tell him that you loved him?
No, I never did that. So, what would be most helpful now?
Okay. I know you're not here for value judgment, but from a clinical standpoint, I mean, like a purely medical profile of the moment, doesn't it sound like they did a shitload of fucking? Doesn't it? I mean, it sounds like a shitload of fucking to me.
This wasn't something I went looking for. The situation arose and I made one wrong decision.
Oh, I had plenty of opportunities to make one wrong decision.
Well, then maybe you're a better person than me.
Plenty of opportunities. And I'm not saying that, okay? I'm just saying.
Wait, hold it. Like who?
Like who what?
Like who did you have an opportunity to make a wrong decision with?
What, you want a list?
Yeah.
How is this relevant to the discussion?
Is this relevant? Okay.
Here's a good example. There was one woman that I became friends with, and eventually we became very close. As friends, as confidants, never physical. Admittedly, at one point, we discussed our feelings for one another. She wanted to take it to the next step, but I was unwilling to do that because I knew it was wrong. I did not cross that line. I honored my marriage vows.
So basically, you had an emotional affair.
It wasn't an affair because it was never physical, Francis.
So that doesn't count as betrayal? That sounds like an emotional affair.
What are you talking about?
It was an emotional affair, and to me that is just as hurtful as a physical one.
What is she talking about? What are you talking about?
Wait, hang on. You're talking about your old college buddy, Kathy DeSantis, aren't you?
Okay, I don't know how naming names at this point has any bearing.
I knew it, and that is fucking infuriating.
Look, I did say it is or isn't Kathy, what's her name?
This was a woman that he talked to on the phone all the time and emailed, and she even went on a fishing trip with them.
Yeah, a group trip. Everybody was fishing.
Yeah, and when I got suspicious, because yes, of course I got suspicious and jealous and everything, because, it just seemed weird, he convinced me that I had trust issues.
Because you did have trust issues.
To the point that I started seeing a therapist to find out what was wrong with me, and that was that I was freaked out about my husband and his old platonic college buddy.
She was a study buddy from junior and senior year.
And I was right to be suspicious because he was having an emotional affair with her the whole time.
It wasn't an affair. We didn't fuck. So what?
So what? You know what? I want every single detail. I mean, if I'm going to be able to move forward, I'm going to want every single detail of the emotional affair you had with Kathy DeSantis, just like you wanted from me.
Okay. Well, first of all, you're right. It was Kathy DeSantis.
I know. We know.
But nothing happened, so what are we talking about?
Nothing physical?
That's right. So what are we talking about it for?
So who broke it off?
It was mutual.
It's never mutual.
Okay, I was trying to be a gentleman. I broke it off. Well, I was on my way to break it off.
On your way where?
To her hotel.
Wow.
But this is exactly the point I'm trying to make, okay? She was in the city for business, and she invited me over to her hotel, and I knew what that meant because she'd never done that before, okay? And it was at this point I realized that I just needed to stop talking to her. So that's it. End of story.
How did she take it? Was it a tearful farewell?
I don't know.
Were there hugs? Was there weeping?
No. Because there was an incident.
What kind of incident?
There was a very bad incident.
What?
9/11.
What do you mean, what?
9/11 happened, okay? 9/11. I mean, once I established that she was okay because her hotel was down in that area, I turned my car around and I went straight home.
What?
And that was it.
What? When I asked you about the dust on your car, you told me that you had rushed down to Ground Zero to deliver water to the first responders.
I did do that. Yeah, I mean, I did that also because I was in that area, okay? Fuck it. I didn't take any water to anybody, okay? Because the stores were closed. It was chaos. It was hard as shit to buy water, and I couldn't find a fucking cash machine, and I heard that the banks were next, so I was in harm's way.
Wow. Wow. Right? Wow. Unfucking believable.